The law of attraction. Over here in the Western world, it got popularized through the documentary The Secret. This basically tells us that through our visualizations, dream boards, affirmations, positive reinforcement, we can put our energy as frequency vibrations out into the world, out into the universe, and it will bring us back in turn, our dreams manifested into reality. Yeah, that's pretty easy to throw off as baloney right off the bat. But if we're curious enough, we can break things like the law of attraction down into ideas and understandings that work for us. And that's what we're going to do here today. Breaking down baloney into hopefully some beliefs that work for us. What the heck is the law of attraction? Some of us may not know, so let me pull out my handy dandy definition here. So in new philosophy, the law of attraction is the belief that positive or negative thought can bring positive or negative experience into a person's life. So this definition is still kind of hard to get on board with, but myself, I jumped headfirst into the law of attraction when I was 20, probably for a good year. I was all in. I was doing all the dream boards, the visualizations, but at the end of the day, with the progression of time and fascination of the human mind, I came to a better understanding of how the human mind operates and came to my own understanding of what the law of attraction is to me. Break it down how I broke it down, and that may not work for you, but at the same time, you might be able to take something from this video and implement it into your own understanding that can then impact and benefit your life. So let's break down the steps. Step 1 of 4. Vibrations and frequencies can change our thoughts. So this one may be a little hard to jump on board with at the beginning, but think of it like music. So think about how your favorite song can influence what you're thinking or the memories that are coming up in your mind. Think about how a sad song can influence your emotions into thinking about sad memories and experiences and sad thoughts. And how maybe a boogie song, one of your favorite dancing songs, can elicit excitement and almost get you up to a point of dancing. Now, breaking that down even further, every song is a vibrational pattern. It resonates at a certain frequency, and therefore those vibrations and frequencies elicit those different emotions and thoughts within us. So yeah, vibrations and frequencies can change our thoughts. Check. Step 2, our thoughts can change our perception. So for this one, I'm going to share a little story of a personal experience. So I remember being up one night pretty late a few years back and thinking around the idea of the phrase, everything happens for a reason. And to me, that was really hard for people to engage and accept, myself included. And I started thinking about different ways to interpret that. And the new thought that arose of that was that we can create reasons for everything that happens, good or bad. And from that thought, it really did then shift my perspective. And now that perspective was, if you believe the world's against you, well, it is, because those are the reasons you're looking for. And if you believe that what you're going through right now is there to teach you something so that you can learn and grow and develop further, well, then it is, because those are the reasons you're looking for. Step 3. Our perceptions can change our actions. So think of our perceptions as how we see ourselves and how we see the world around us. A good example of this would be, take the act of studying. Look at a student, and one student looks at studying as a tool to enhance their understanding on a certain area or topic. And then from that perception, what action they might take upon studying, versus the second student who sees studying as something that hinders them from fully experiencing their social life, and how that person might act differently from person 1. taking two different career paths and often ending up in completely different circumstances altogether. So yeah, our perceptions can change our actions. Check. Step 4. You made it to the last one. Our actions can change our experiences and outcomes. So think of practicing an instrument or a sport or creative art. The more you practice that, the more you have not only better understanding, but the better your art becomes, the more you can influence the outcome of a game with your actions. Another good example is think about a night you've had out with a significant other or your family. You're at a restaurant and the service you get from your server is absolutely terrible. Versus an example B, you could have one of the best nights out of the entire year just from your service, and therefore increasing the waiter's tip. So actions can change our experience and outcomes. Yeah, check. So if we add the steps together, if vibrations and frequencies can change our thoughts, which then can change our perceptions, therefore changing our actions, leading into the changing of our experience and outcomes, then is the idea that positive or negative thoughts can bring positive or negative experience into one's life really that baloney? That's not up for me to decide for you, but most simply put to me, the law of attraction is find what gets you vibing and then pay attention, set intention, and take the action. And that's what's allowed me to make the biggest changes in my life. Again, this might not be what works for you, but it's important to remember not to just take everything we read, watch, and see at face value. Be curious about what may seem like belief or baloney, because you can take the time to break it down into a belief that absolutely does work for you. I'm Dylan. This is Connecting Curiosities. And remember, my friends, get out there, connect, stay curious, and keep creating.
Now what you gonna do now that you can't see me? Now what you gotta say?